All right, we ready for part 2?
Yeah.
All right. Had to put my San Francisco hat on because I'm really hoping that this year we have a good year. Born in San Francisco, 1977, underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. So I am a fan, not just a hat. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Federer just won over Kyrgios. Stoked about that.
Yep.
Stoked about that. I just mentioned on part 1 that I really expect when, and if, but when Djokovic and Federer play, the day of that match, that night or the day following, should be the biggest show ever. Let's go! Unfortunately, we still have a round before they meet, but I really think that match is on.
All right.
Let's go! Right back into viewer comments. This is part 2. Part 1 precedes this. Check that out if you're catching this first. Carla just finished off with the last comment on part 2, or part 1, and she is resuming now.
All right. Rahesh says, love all these lovely memories. First time meeting Mr. Nathan's racket smash and being a protective dad. Good show, guys.
From yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think if you didn't catch that, we had a discussion yesterday when I first met her father and how he kind of brought me into a parking lot, and then I gave him kind of like a racket to kind of ease the first meeting in, and he smashed the racket on the court during a doubles match he was playing. Really fun times. Looking back, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just looking at the dog.
Anyway, great message. Appreciate that.
Rahesh says, Carla, it's not just you. First time I saw Kachanov, he resembles Thor.
Yeah, what's up with this Thor? Now you guys are all calling Kachanov Thor.
Remember, I said it first. Rahesh says, Chilik never beat Novak in Grand Slams.
No. Yeah, no.
No, he never has.
No, and nor do I think it will ever happen.
I really am not a big Chilik fan, but I will root for Chilik if he passes Federer.
Yeah, I won't. I would rather. I would
rather Nadal see Chilik than for Djokovic in the
Oh,
finals.
yes.
That's what I'm talking
that's
about.
What she. Okay, I see. That's one of those kind of like when I respond to things sometimes, and I do it not thinking, which is important. But I see. I would have misunderstood that. I thought you were saying you would rather root for Cilic if he played Djokovic. I would much rather Djokovic win that match.
No, I just want Nadal's final to be a bit easier.
You're talking about you'd rather just see Cilic win just so Nadal wouldn't have to face Djokovic.
Correct, yes.
I understand.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, next comment. David Rain says, it's so refreshing to watch such an honest and passionate couple talk about tennis.
Let's go.
Family and life. I also like the early dating stories. Ain't love grand? We must have an audience today. We got a lot of cars passing by.
Yeah, that's good though.
Might as well wave. Yes, love is grand.
Pull the Venus Williams wave.
Yeah.
Isn't that about right?
Yeah. Or.
Impersonations? All right, you ready? We're going to go 1, 1, and 1. You ready? This way first. You ready? Oh, we're going to the middle?
Oh, okay.
And we're going to go this way. Let's go! Now let's do Venus. This side. That you ready?
Oh, man.
Let's go!
All right, Rahesh says, but umpire coming down to talk to Kyrgios is not acceptable. The other guy's feelings? It's completely biased. Umpires should just be professional. Completely agree. We talked about this. They should be professional. You shouldn't take sides. You're just there to make sure that everything goes fine.
Without order, there's chaos. This is a ubiquitous saying across the lives in which we all live, whether it's biology or whether it's physics or whether it's astronomy or whatever it is. Without order, there's chaos. The line judge is there to make sure everything stays orderly and fair. And that didn't happen, but hey, at the end of the day,
the right thing happened.
At the end of the day, he did the right thing. And two, Kerber was going to get beaten by Federer the same way Federer.
Yeah, but he would have made a little bit more money.
So maybe the judge helped him.
He would have made a little bit more money. Come on.
Hey, maybe he can write a book now.
That is probably needed.
Maybe he can write a book.
All right.
Can he write a book now? Is he going to get a best time seller now because he had a word to say to Kyrgios?
I don't think so. No.
I don't think so. He could, though. I've read worse. People watch stuff on television that's ridiculous, that has no substance to it whatsoever. And this actually has some substance, but it's really terrible substance.
Yeah, agree.
But I still think there's worse stuff that people watch by the tens of millions.
Yeah. All right, Rahesh says, and to the thug like Kyrgios, you don't need a fatherly figure advice. He said that he did not do any good to the game. Look how he took that.
Okay, you have to read a little bit deeper into this. He is saying that obviously the umpire didn't help Kyrgios because Kyrgios goes to his press conferences and says, "No, man, that dude didn't help me, man. He didn't help me." He was protecting the umpire. Could you imagine if he said, "Yeah, he helped me.
Yeah, it would look bad for the
changed
umpire.
He changed my whole perspective. Yeah, he was like the best thing that ever happened to me, and he brought me back into the match." Then the umpire really would be in trouble. So think a little bit deeper about that one. I think he was probably coached from the tournament directors and the people that stay on top of the referees and umpires and line judges, probably to say, "Hey, man, say he didn't help you. I know you won't have a problem by saying that. Just play your role. Tell him that you didn't that you were not helped whatsoever by what the line judge says, and let's just get out of this." I think everybody knew that Federer was going to handle either one of them. I think there was a lot of people that thought Kyrgios had a shot, but I don't think we ever did. You know what I mean?
No.
I don't think we ever did.
No. Next comment.
He protected the ref.
Yeah, he did.
And he should have. So I like what Kyrgios did here. I like that Kyrgios was like, "No, he didn't help me." Because what would have happened to Kyrgios if he said, "Yeah, he changed my whole match"? Then it really would have been a problem. He played it right.
Yeah. Rahesh says, if Kyrgios gets mad, that's his problem. And then Wayne MC said he certainly won't play better because he's angry. He could care less. Totally agree with you guys. That is his problem. And I didn't think he was going to play better just because of what happened. No. Rahesh says compensation would be to disqualify Kyrgios win.
Okay, yeah, okay. No, I like this comment by Rahesh because, again, I'm not a huge football guy. I like my 49ers. I was born there. I like the San Francisco Giants baseball. I was born there. But besides that, I'm a tennis fan. You know what I mean? So let's be real. But in let's say college sports, okay, let's use college sports. There are teams that let's say a team goes to the national championship and wins it in college. Mm-hmm. It's later found out 10 years down the road that there was some rule bending during that year. Mm-hmm. The player has to vacate the win. Meaning, if there was, let's say, a national championship game and John Doe College played Mary Jane College and John Doe College won, a year or 10 years later, this comes up, "Oh my, this was an infraction then, so wait a minute. John Doe College has to vacate their win. Therefore, looking back in history, the true winner was Mary Jane College." Mm-hmm. Is that a
I don't think it'll happen here, no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'll happen.
No,
but that's what he's getting at. He should vacate the win. You can't go back in time unless we had a time machine, like some Back to the Future
Well, they
stuff,
could have said in that
which would be cool.
They could have said in that press conference, you know why? Because of what happened, blah blah blah. Kyrgios is disqualified, and Kerber would take his place.
Timeout. Deep question. Off topic. Can we ever have the ability to travel back in time? Number one, and two, is it theoretically possible? I love this topic. I love the topic. Let's go. All right. Back on topic.
Next comment. Novak said he will see the video and said he didn't think the umpire coached, so he didn't say he agrees with it. Okay.
Well, he got destroyed today, so nonetheless, I think everybody's going to just roll
Forget
on.
about it.
Forget about it.
And then Rahesh says Novak hugs every time whether he loses or wins.
He's right
That's
about
true,
this.
yeah.
He's
I never
right
said
about
he
this.
didn't. Yeah.
Standing over Djokovic on that.
Well, I see Tiafoe does that too. I mean, Nadal's good about it. Roger only does it to those that he likes. Or he'll pat him here in the chest. But there's like somebody like Kyrgios, he probably shook his hand and went.
There is no one in the world that can tell me or us, and I'm just throwing this on you, so I'll say me until you agree or disagree. I don't think there's any tennis fan in the world that follows the game as all of us and more do. That can.
You turned off the internet, didn't you?
I didn't turn off anything. Oh yeah, go plug it in. You gotta hurry. I did that. That's a party foul on me. I never plugged it back in. So I don't think there is anybody that can say for a fact that Djokovic has not always been very kind, very, hey, great match. I'm talking in terms of losing. Has anyone ever seen Djokovic go up to the net after losing a match and snub the handshake? You could always try your phone, by the way. If you can mention any match or any time where you've seen that happen, I'd love to hear it, but I don't believe it's there. There are so many players that snub handshakes. People battle. They get into battles and they want to fight. And at the end of the match, though, I don't think I've ever seen the top three players. I don't think I've ever seen Federer, Nadal, or Djokovic. Arguably, all three the best of all time. Arguably. I don't think I've ever seen any one of them ever snub a handshake at the net.
No, I've never.
Has anyone seen that?
No.
But I think out of the three gentlemen, the one that I see with the most love, like respect for everyone that he is around, I would have to give the edge to Djokovic. He's got just kind of like that look, like he would fight for you, And even though I don't like this whole thing, it's okay. But I feel it, I'm like, yeah, he feels like part of the planet, like the whole universe. He's like wrapped into the molecular structure and stuff. I like it. Not saying everybody else isn't intertwined into their, eons and particles in time, but he seems to be free flowing at this point.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Are you back online?
I had to. Just I realized that you turned it off. Knucklehead.
We gotta do what we gotta do.
All right.
Go.
Rahesh says, Nadal also said he wanted to win the Olympics. Well, I'm sure they all say that. I mean, yeah. I would expect Nadal to say that because he's like also a big soccer fan and they're big about their country. Like, huge on their country. They want to win.
We've talked about the Olympics dilemma for a long time. Someone said it, and I think it was in a reply. Don't worry about finding it. But I think someone said it best. There are cultural differences in the Olympics, and that's perfectly said that sums everything up. Again, there's a lot of sports I would root for the American and no matter what, because I don't know any of the athletes involved in them, volleyball or swimming. I don't know any of them.
Osaka bagel Sasnovich in the first set. So you gotta eat your words.
Yeah, she just called me out yesterday and about 10 other times for the past 3 or 4 months. I've given Osaka, the Japanese player, a tough time. I called her out yesterday and indicated that I will give you respect if you are able to continue your decisive wins against top players, 0-0, 2-2, whatever. She just has advised that I have to eat my words.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. That's my own haircut. I did that in the bathroom. Osaka, you have my apologies to you. You have bageled. You say 6-0?
6-0.
She has bageled Sasnovich, who I respect a lot as a player. You have bageled her.
And she's 4-love right now.
So she might be hunting a double bagel? Oh, my. Okay, so Osaka, for the rest of this tournament, I promise I will stay on your bandwagon at least, up there with Keys or... Who else is in?
Stevens.
Yeah, but I'm not going to put you up on the tier of Serena, or even though Kerber lost, Kerber or Kvitova. I'm still going to hold Kvitova and Serena up there. But, okay, I apologize to you. You have my utmost apologies. Holy bagel, Batman. You are bageling. So maybe the video games have not been played in a while, and maybe the coach hasn't been out to the sidelines in a while because...
He hasn't been tanning as much.
Yeah, and his coach, what's his name? Sasha or something?
Sasha, yeah.
He hasn't been tanning as much. So he has taken less light out of your game and added it back into your game. So check on Sasha's tan level. And if he's not as tanned, the tanning bed energy that we all saved got back into your game, and we really, really, really are now on your bandwagon. Keep it up. Less tanning for Sasha, and I think you'll be okay, and less video games. Let's go. I'm on your bandwagon.
All right, next comment. Otherwise, we're going to go to part 3.
What time is it?
14 minutes, and we still got a lot of comments.
Let's go.
Rahesh says, by the way, Carla, bad news, Wawa lost. Yeah, I didn't get to really watch the match. Rainick was on. I saw like a few points, and I saw Rainick was on.
And Rainick was on my fantasy team.
He was on my fantasy team.
I pretty much am controlling your destiny.
Okay. Next comment. Hisham. I think you spoke about this, but I will just mention the Olympics. Yeah, I exposed to the controversial side of tennis and Olympics. For example, you, Justin, are American and a Federer fan. If Federer meets Isner in the Olympic finals, don't tell me you will be happy if the USA loses a gold medal. This is a dilemma. As for me, no, I really don't care. who's playing for the United States. Doesn't matter unless they were my favorite player, which I have no American favorite players unless it's Serena. That's about it.
We've already discussed this comment. First and foremost, Hisham is an absolute consummate tennis fan, writes well, big student of the game. First and foremost, much respect, much love, definitely. But I would definitely disagree with this. I would definitely root for Roger. If it was Federer playing Isner, if it was Djokovic playing Isner, I would root for Djokovic. If it was Kohlschreiber playing Isner, I would root for Kohlschreiber. And I can make a million-man list, literally. I'm not an Isner fan. I don't care what flag they fly. We just spoke about this. Tennis has no borders for me. I don't care what flag you fly. If I know you or like you, and we have a similar mentality, I'm with you. No matter what flag you fly.
Right.
Great comment, but disagree with that one. But love you though, bro. Love you.
All right, The Look says, I totally agree with Carla. Olympic gold is a nice thing and respect it, but compared with the slams, it's less worth. Nothing beats a win at a Grand Slam or being number one. By the way, Sloane won again. As you know, I picked her and Novak to win. I don't need 2 peaks. Each P.S. You have lovely kids.
Appreciate that.
Thank you very much. I know Rajesh asked me if he would like to, maybe we should put them in and find out who they like, their favorite players are. Well, I can tell you Christopher's favorite player is Djokovic.
Yeah,
he's the only one.
And I think Jonathan's favorite player.
He likes all of them.
Yeah,
he likes all of them. He doesn't pick sides.
And I know Liliana, our 9-year-old.
She only knows
likes
Serena.
Serena.
Yeah.
And then our 6-year-old
She
Serena.
doesn't know. Yeah, she doesn't know too much.
We'll do that though. There's some videos out there of the kids, but they were just thrown together a long time ago. But we'll get them going.
Wayne Chia says Nick did not give credit to the umpire in his press conference. He claimed the talk had no effect. Luckily, the decision was not sanctioned. The umpire, Nick, was not worth it.
We just spoke about this as well. Coin toss on this one shouldn't happen. Did. Good thing, maybe not. But ultimately, Kyrgios lost, and so would have Kerber against Federer.
Yeah, I agree. Wayne Chia says at this point, in what way is Thor inferior to Alexander Zverev, if at all? Well, he's much stronger for one.
Kachanov is better than Zverev, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's stronger. His serve is harder. I think Zverev's volleys are a bit better. What's going on today?
I don't know.
But I think, in my opinion, Kachanov is a bit way ahead of Zverev.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He's a bit ahead of Zverev.
And not only is he big, he can move. I wish he wouldn't jump up on his backhand and have
He's got more. He looks like, it's like Thor against Spider-Man.
He's like Saf and he's like Del Potro.
Alexander Zverev is Spider-Man, Okay, Wayne Chia says, Rafa seems to be covering the court well despite the strapping on his right knee. It didn't seem to affect the push on his serve, based on the official serving stats.
He's good.
Latest is that he did not take any painkillers, which is good.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
that's a great thing.
That's a great thing.
All right, next comment. Wayne Chia says, sorry, Carla, but there's just something to being called an Olympic champion. I put it just behind the slams, but above ATP finals and above slam runner-up. In sport, we only have one Olympic champion, Joseph Schooling, who beat Phelps in 100-millimeter butterfly in 2016. So far, it's a big deal. Yes, but it's swimming. That's what they work for an Olympic medal. That's what swimmers, gymnasts, skiers, skaters, track runners, that's what they work for that medal, not tennis players.
Well, yes and no.
No, tennis players don't work for a medal.
Well, okay, but look, the smaller things within these sports. Let's look at, you just said snowboarders. Let's look at the X Games. You just said skateboarding. Let's look at the X Games. Let's look at swimming. There's world championships.
Yeah, but they don't make as much.
Wait a minute, because they're going to run out of. I understand,
Okay.
but we keep up with tennis, so therefore we watch the ATP 250s, the 500s, and the 1000s. We watch the Olympics too, but some people within their own cliche or cliques of sports watch those events too. But you are correct. I want to kind of get over.
You can't compare Phelps to.
It's a highly debatable topic, the Olympics thing, and it's great. But I think theoretically it's supposed to be for amateurs, and then basketball, the dream teams got wrapped up in it.
It should be for amateurs.
But I think every different sport has its need and not the need for it. And look, I'm even Steven on it. Let's move forward.
Okay. Wenham Chia says, you have an RF hat, a Djokovic pair of shoes, and a wife that loves Rafa. You have got the big 3 slams.
We do. We do.
Berzino9 says, you are not too off on Sanchez, though. She lost 2 Wimbledon finals and several Aussie finals. All lost to Graf, of course. So she was not good just on clay. Wimbledon recently put up this dramatic Graf Sanchez game to be watched mainly for Graf's footwork. He put the link on YouTube. Yeah, I think Sanchez could have won so many more slams if it wasn't for Graf. But, it's just like Monica Seles. If she wouldn't have been injured, she would have won more slams than Graf, in my opinion.
The Monica Seles thing was deep. So was the ice skater that got hurt too. I don't even want to get into all that. I forget what her name was, Kerrigan or something.
Mm-hmm.
These things happen and destroy people's lives. And dear man, I don't even like to think about it. But Monica Seles, she was something else.
She's a fighter.
She's something else.
Wenham Chia says Rafa has overtaken Novak as the favorite to win, 15-8 versus 9-4. I wonder where he got that statistic.
Well, he lost a set to Sandgren and got tested by Fucsovic, and Nadal, lost a set to Kachanov. But I think right now, the books would be changing more into the more dominating players' results, right?
Yeah. Kiyosama says, weren't the Olympics supposed to be for amateurs in the first place? Hence your point, Carla. That was one of the reasons it was so important. For all the struggling athletes who trained so hard for 4 years just for their moment of glory of an international stage, right? Pros came in and ruined everything. And for what? So they could have the taste of the moment of glory, the moment when the entire nation cheers them on and sees them perform in their sport, when ordinarily they wouldn't really be interested in following the tennis season, or other sports for that matter. Because let's be honest, outside the Olympics, does anyone really keep up with the gymnastic or swimming season? Just to name a few.
I just said that.
Same went for tennis. I doubt that layman gave a hoot about it, but when it showed up in the Olympics, then the interest was garnered, especially when his big names started showing up. The way I see it, it's all about the country's pride first and money secondary, at least for the pros, who make so much more.
Kiyosama, we're on the same brainwave. We said exactly the same thing. I have not read these comments, at least to this point. I just ad-libbed the fact that it's supposed to be for amateurs. At the same time with that comment, though, I think at amateurs, we all strive to be the best of the best. There is no amateur unless that amateur is wanting to be the best. You start there. It's like an apprentice. An apprentice has to be an apprentice before he's a master. So I think there are some pros and cons to that statement.
Yeah, and Stefan and her went back and forth, but I'm not going to read it because
we're going to run out of time.
Long.
So check out, there's a lot of responses to these. There's like 60 or 70 responses in these topics.
Yeah.
So if you want to see the really beautiful comments within them, please go to yesterday's shows and check them out, because Stefan and Kane and The Look,
they all had great points.
Adam West,
Everybody has great points.
Rahesh, Wayne Chia, they're all weighing in a beautiful way. Nothing terse, nothing crazy, but just really beautiful, factual stuff. Kiyosama, I'm with you on this one. Again, though, the amateur thing just being for amateurs, well, if I'm an amateur, that means I eventually want to be great, and that's where we start. So I wouldn't say they're just designated for amateurs, but I think that based upon Carla's argument about the economic side of it, I think it's a no-brainer with tennis. If there's Wimbledon, the U.S. Open, and the Olympics are pegged in the middle, I think it's a no-brainer there. But again, I would be there at the Olympics, but a lot of players would not.
Okay, next comment. Kiyosama says, also, how did Raonic win the match? Looks like your draw's all but kaput, Carla. And I'm shocked that Federer Kyrgios is a day match. Thought for sure they saved that one for the blockbuster nighttime viewing. Maybe that sponsorship theory really does hold water. Puts it all in tinfoil hat just in case. Federer should win the match anyway, with or without the added insensitive or umpire gate. It's one of the reasons I thought his road to Novak was pretty straightforward once I saw the draw. But we shall see.
Agree. How many comments do we have left? Kiyosama, I like the aluminum foil hat, but see, I always thought aluminum foil hats were to keep
about 3 more
to keep aliens from getting into my mind. So I like the aluminum foil hat. Do you think Carla has a better chance at beating me if she wears an aluminum foil hat when we go back out to the court?
Oh boy.
Poll question.
All right, next comment. Millennium 13 Constantine. I have a huge respect for the Olympics, but sports like soccer, golf, tennis do not belong there.
Plain, simple, to the point. Who is that? Millennium Constantine?
Yes.
I like that. 1000 Constantine, kind of like
Millennium 13
kind of like some Matrix Star Wars intertwined. I like the comment. Plain, simple, to the point.
I agree with him.
Debatable.
Her.
I'm even Steven, but I like the nugget there.
All right, let me get to the comments.
Let's go.
Stefan says, Olympic topic, pencil interview. Justin, Carla, can you tell me which female won the last gold medal at the Summer Olympics? Carla, yeah, Monica Puig defeated Kerber in the final. Justin, can you tell me who won the third round match last year at Wimbledon? Specific matchup and a specific winner? Carla, no, I can't. Well, there you go. Legacy, legacy, legacy. Well done, man. You would be a great journalist. Girl won gold, became a national hero, and I'm not scared for her future, really, with an Olympic gold in her CV.
Curriculum vitae. CV
yeah.
is like your resume.
Yes. This morning, I asked my dad, what would you rather take? Reach U.S. Open 4th round and get $150,000, or win Olympic gold in tennis for history and get $45,000 prize money for Serbian athletes and national pension for the rest of your life? He told me I would pay the $45,000 for the Olympic gold. So maybe it's with the culture background. But how I see it is 1 Wimbledon, 2 U.S. Open, 3 Roland Garros and Aussie Open, 4 Olympic Games gold, 5th ATP/WTA Masters 1000.
I kind of got lost in her reading that so quickly, but nonetheless, I understood it.
Sorry, I had to read it.
Basically, what he's saying, if what I just gathered, first of all, that he watched this thing yesterday to the T, because he just quoted.
Yeah,
he quoted our whole conversation. I ad-libbed, like I pretended I was a reporter, and I asked her to name the last Olympic champion. She did, and then I asked her to name the last third round.
You got me, Stefan. You got me.
Wimbledon winner.
I told him I wanted to meet him.
So we proved her point, and I love this one. At the end there, I think we got lost.
Well, what he's saying is that if he could put it in order for him,
in other words,
he
equivalated he made all of the slams and the Olympics equal on that respective year. I agree with that, yes. But if you're someone like, say, well, I don't even want to go there because it's so debatable.
Okay.
It's so debatable. Next comment.
Thank you. Special K says, man, Rafa cannot serve like that against Djokovic, Del Potro, Federer, and Wawrinka. 0 aces will not cut it. He needs some free points.
Who?
Rafa. He can't serve against players like that.
He'll be all right.
Okay, next comment.
Right.
Wayne M. Chia, notable fact. Anderson is 6-1 against Thiem. Won 6 on hard court and lost 1 clay this year.
I have Anderson winning this match.
Me too. I don't think Thiem will even bother him.
Thiem a year and a half ago, okay, but Anderson right now wins this match. And that's a guess.
And then last comment of the day. Adam West says, Karen Khachanov, 22, and give him a year or two and he will beat Nadal and Novak in slams.
Yes, ultimately because Nadal and Djokovic will be 2 years older, and I think at that point Khachanov should be ready to roll. As long as that jerky game, that jumping backhand doesn't cost him too many unnecessary, unforced errors as he progresses forward.
All right, that was it for comments. Now on to results.
Results from today, upcoming matches for tomorrow and 4th round for men's and women's.
Starting with women's, Osaka, Bagel, Sasnovich, 0-0.
Osaka, I'm sorry, I'm on your bandwagon for now. Don't let me down.
Silbakova defeated Kerber in 3 sets, as we know.
See, this was a good rematch. I'm still, if I had to go back in time and the match start back over, I would still want to go with Kerber.
Yeah,
I didn't watch the match, but something had to have happened here.
Well, she wasn't playing that good. Next match, Sorenko beats Yanakova, 4-0. Suarez Navarro took out number 60 Garcia in 3 sets, 3 tight sets.
Let's go.
Keats beat Krunic,
Madison
3
Keys.
sets. Good for her.
Well, hey, all you Serbian Djokovic fans, you have to talk about Krunic. I know Krunic lost, but Krunic is a good player. Let's start rooting for Krunic. She's a really good player.
Vondrasova beat Bertens.
And good job for Keys. No disrespect.
Vondrasova beat Bertens in 3 sets.
Oh, I just lost Bertens?
Yes.
What?
Tonight's matches are Sharapova and Ostapenko and Kvitova and Sabalenka.
Screech Fest match 1. The next match was who?
Sabalenka and Kvitova.
That'll be a good match. They're both good matches. Watch out for the volume.
You got Kvitova, so.
Yeah, I have Kvitova, but watch out for your volume on match 1.
Men's match. Federer beat Kyrgios, 3 sets. Millman beat Kukushkin in 4 sets.
Okay.
Pui is down a set, and he's playing against Sosa. They're on the 2nd set.
Lucas Pui should win that.
Kohlschreiber Severaev in a bit today. Schwartzman, Nishikori play this afternoon. Struff and Goffin play this afternoon.
Not really interested in the Struff-Goffin match. I mean, I like Goffin, but I don't have any as a heavy favorite here.
Tonight's matches, Djokovic against Gasquet and Cilic against de Minaur.
All right, you got 4th round matches too?
Tomorrow's matches, men. Thiem against Anderson.
I like Anderson.
Nadal against Basilashvili.
I like Nadal.
Isner and Raynek.
I like Raynek.
And the night's match, Potro and Koric.
I'm going to pull for Koric because I like Koric, but I like Del Potro too, but I think Del Potro wins.
Women's matches for tomorrow, Pliskova against Barty.
Let's go, Pliskova. I got you on my fantasy team.
Serena against Kanepi.
Serena. Oh, that's a great match. That's going to be a slugfest, but I like Serena.
Sevastova against Slovenia.
Another great match. I want to watch that one too, but I'm going to take Svitolina.
Stevens against Mertens. That's a night match.
I'm going with Stevens there. She's going to overpower Mertens. Mertens is good, has a shot, but I think Stevens rolls through this in straight sets.
By the way, Vondrasova is a teenager, so she beat
Let's
Kiki
go.
Mertens.
Is she from the Czech Republic?
I don't know.
I think the girl, who she just beat?
Kiki Bertens.
She beat Bertens. I think she's from the Czech Republic. That's off the hip. I didn't look that up. I just thought about it. That's it, right?
That's it.
All right, we're done, guys. Thank you so much. Great job, Carla, for reading. I will destroy you next time we're on the tennis court. Let's go. Thanks so much to all you for keeping up. We do this for you. If not for you, there is no us. So as always, undoing, Yuzny salute to all of you. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
By the way, she's 19 and she is from the Czech Republic.
Let's go. Well done. Federer looks good. This better be a huge group discussion when Federer... How much time?
30.
This better be the biggest show ever when and if Djokovic and Federer meet. May the best man win, by the way. I'm really pumped up about this match for sure. This has been an intense hour, so my energy is abating, but I'm still here. Let's go. But this wraps up the show. You are, again, the reason why we do this. If not for you, there is no us. So really, 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 really nice match today. I feel like we just went 5 sets, but I'm good to go. Shake hands at the net. Good job. And we're done. Like it. Subscribe to it. Thank you so much. And as Carla always says.
Adios.
Bye.